and welcome back to another video, and welcome back to my feed store. So I'm just about to make my horses feeds, and I thought I would do a what I feed my horses and just do a little bit of a feed top up and a bit of organisation in the feed room. This has been a requested video, so I'm really sorry it's taken a little while to get to it. I've recently changed my feed, which I'll go into in a minute as to reasons why, but that's why it's been a little bit longer to tell you guys what I'm feeding them. Before we get started, a huge thank you to Red Gorilla for supporting this video. This video does feature some gifted and discounted products, but all opinions are my own. I use these products because I love them, and hopefully I'll be able to show you guys why, and you guys will love them too. Okay, as you may have seen in my recent vlog over at my Cool Ridings training, I had a really informational nutritional visit from the team over at Bailey's while I was over there at this BE event, and I did ask them what I should feed my horses, to offer some opinions, and I should add I had no intention of changing my feed. I was really happy with what I was on, but I did also notice that Marley was a bit lacking in energy, and obviously Candy wasn't doing that great with her weight gain, especially being based in London. We haven't got the most nutritional grazing, so I wanted to just have a look around for other things to try. Now, the lovely Sarah on that day introduced me to Ease and Excel, which I have been trying for the last month, and I have to say I'm quite pleased with the results, so I'm now going to be trying it on a more long-term basis. I've just got a lovely new feed delivery, so today I'm going to be putting my feed away and also showing you guys what I feed my horses in a day. Now, the first thing I've got to do is put my feed away. So I've actually ordered 2 bags of Ease and Excel and 1 bag of Allen & Page Soothe and Gain. So that's currently what the horses are on. Both horses get Ease and Excel. That's what I was introduced to when I was at my BE training at the Howden Way. And I was told it'd be great for both of them, so I'm putting them both on that. I also contacted Allen & Page, who I was using before for Calm and Condition, just to ask them for a bit more advice. I really liked feeding Calm and Condition. I liked how it worked with the horses. Obviously Marley's been on it as long as I've owned him, and he looks fantastic. So I didn't want to change too much. I did kind of want to stick with Allen & Page. So I just reached out to them and got a really useful message back. Again, really helpful, loads of information, and I've actually been pointed in the direction of Soothe and Gain. So Candy's currently moving on to that. It's a bit better for conditioning than Calm and Condition, but it also won't make her too hot and fizzy under saddle. So that's what Candy's currently on. Now, she's actually only recently started that. They actually really kindly sent me out some tester packages for me, just to see if she'd like it, whether it was palatable for her, and she absolutely inhaled it. She loved it. So I've now bought myself a bag of that as well to try on her this month, and we'll see, hopefully with long-term use we'll get some long-term effects. So really looking forward to see how she does on that. So I've actually changed up my feed storage a little bit because the rats on my yard are little fairy Einsteins, and they've managed to get into my feed in my other storage area. So I've actually gone and got some bigger feed bins here. I was previously using these little white guys from IKEA, which I absolutely love, but the rats are, again, very clever. I have chewed through them a little bit, and I want to make sure my feed's a little bit more secure, especially now I'm on DIY and I'm buying my feed myself. I don't want to be paying to feed my horses and 1,000 rats. So a little bit higher security. So I'm going to just pop my feed in the bins now, and once everything's away I can start making my feeds. So I've got 2 different size bins here. I've got a smaller one and a bigger one. So the bigger one, of course, for the Ease and Excel, just because I have more of it because they're both on it, and I use the smaller one for Candy's Soothe and Gain. Okay, with all my feed away, I'm going to start making feeds. Now, as I mentioned, I've kindly received some lovely products from Red Gorilla, and I'm going to be using those today. So first up, I have the Gorilla Plus hanging feed manger. I actually got one of these gifted when I did some marketing with Red Gorilla late actually, last year now. And I loved it so much I actually got another one for Marley. I absolutely love these. They are really useful to me, especially where I work on a yard. When I make their feeds, I make their dinner straight into these buckets, and then I put them in the stables ready for when they come in. So rather than having to rush around and feed my horses around work, as soon as they're brought in, they're all ready for the night. Bed's done, hay's done, water's done, and their feeds are in and waiting. Makes my life so much easier. well as the Gorilla Plus hanging feed ranges. I've also got a bunch of new buckets here, and you might notice there's a bit of a colour scheme going on. Like most equestrians, I absolutely love a bit of matchy-matchy, and now that Marley's moved upward to join Candy in the top yard, I just had to get new buckets in our colours. So I decided to go with red and black for Marley, and then baby blue and dark blue for Candy. Now the sky blue Red Gorilla products are by all means my absolute favourites. Sadly, they no longer make the feed skip in sky blue, but I actually already have one for Marley. Now this obviously is a bit older and tattier than the others, but eventually they're all going to look the same. So we'll be using this one for Candy alongside the dark blue, and then the two red and black ones for Marley. So I'm going to just quickly show you guys which buckets I've got, because I have got a few different ones, including an old favourite that I can't wait to talk to you guys about. So let me just dig through this. I've not actually opened the parcel yet, as you just saw I opened it. So I've been dying to get into this. I've been waiting for my feed to arrive so I could do this video, so let's dive in. So the first bucket I've actually got is this mini feed tub. Now you're probably thinking, who on earth gets fed that small a feed? No one actually gets fed that small a feed, but I actually have the same bucket in the dark blue as well, which was Marley's feed bowl once upon a time. I've actually decided to get another one in the red because I actually like to pick out my horse's feet in the stable, but try to keep it a bit nice and tidy. So I'm going to use these when I pick out their feet, just to collect whatever falls out, to make sure it's not going into my bed. Repurposing this one so I don't get rid of it, and making sure that I, you know, do things properly. I've got two Gorilla buckets, one in sky blue, one in red, and these are for my water. Now they both have water buckets in at the moment, but the key difference between my old buckets and these ones is this handle. I actually had, what the heck is that? Oh, it's Harriet. I actually had one of these before in the dark blue, but sadly Marley broke it because he does that. But I find it so much easier to use these for water because it just equalises the weight, and I'm not spilling water down my leg every single day. So I've got a new set for my current stable, so I can't wait to get these into use. And then of course you have got the Gorilla Feed Skip, the Flexi Tub. So I just got an extra 3, obviously I've already got my light blue one to use for Candy, and then I've got 3 in all the other colours as well to use for my current stables. Now, me being me, I couldn't just get new buckets, I had to go above and beyond. So I found this amazing stuff on Instagram, which was printable plastic sticky paper. So I've actually made labels for all my buckets that I'm going to stick onto them all. So I've got a few here. I've just got their names, obviously in the matching colours, to go onto different buckets, to go onto their feed bowls, and I've actually also made little labels to go onto my treat jars that we put on those as well. So very excited about that. I love being organised and being matchy, so it's just bringing it all together. So I'm going to quickly put these labels on, and then I'm going to make their feeds. I haven't actually used these yet. I mean, I've tried to peel one before at home and it worked, so you'll see. The downside is my hands are absolutely freezing. I don't know if anyone else is in my part of England, but we've had snow today, which is absolutely insane, so I cannot peel this. My main worry is that the colour's not going to be on the right side of the page. Oh my gosh, it worked. Oh my goodness, I don't know why. I just ripped it. I don't know why I'm so surprised, and it's like barely visible. I ripped it and I'm sad, but it worked. Okay, let's try and match this L and this E up and see if it will. It's going to take great skill. Oh, no. Luckily I didn't cut the others like this because it's way too fine. Wow, we did it. Okay. That was, yeah. That was, I feel like I'm a surgeon. Stop. Yes, it's working. Yay! Now obviously that is red on black, so you can barely see it, but I'm hoping the others work a bit better. Right, you are dark blue, although this Red Gorilla, this is an urgent appeal. Please bring back the sky blue feed skips. I can't look at this. Look at these compared to the new ones. I can't do it. Right, Candy, dark blue. We're gonna, there, I think it's probably probably going to be the best bet. I should clean the surface, I should, but I'm not going to because one, I'm cold and the thought of touching water right now is heartbreaking. I'm so pleased with how well these worked though. That looks really good. Although my hand is wet and I've wiped the ink off. Guys, it's fine. Dab, 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 dab. Cool. Right, that is 2 out of 4 done. That is coming off. Don't do that. Okay. I think had that been dry and a nice new clean sky blue bucket, it probably would have worked really well. Get off. Okay, next up we have got light blue on dark blue. I love it. How good does that look? Okay, magic. So everything's labelled. I'm going to do the treat jars while I'm here. Now that everything's labelled, it was time to start making feeds, but while I had the treat jars out, it was time for a little top up. They're looking a little bit empty. So first thing I do is get my mints over in my mint storage at the back and just top up the mint jar. And then with the smaller one, I've actually got some new treats from the National Equine Show that came really kindly in my brand ambassador package. So I'm going to actually put those in there. So the remaining treats that I've got, I decided to put into Candy Marley's feed boards as well as their pony nuts today. Now these are a really tasty treat for your horses. They are low in sugar and are really good for those on low sugar diets, and they have loads of different flavours. So this particular packet had beetroot, parsnip, banana and carrot, and I can't wait to see what they think of these. I've not actually used these treats before, so again a huge thank you to the team over from the National Equine Show for gifting me this in my BA package. I'm really excited to see what they think of each of these. Right, treats done, it's time to make some feed. Now, obviously these are brand new buckets. I've got to take all these stickers out. Thankfully, Red Gorilla are really helpful and they do come out nice and easily. Just like that. So, right, one down. So the first thing I do is candies, because candy actually has a soaked element of feed. So this is her Soothe and Gain. As you can see, it comes in a little pellet, but like calm and condition, it expands as it's soaked. It has to be soaked for up to 5 minutes before feeding. And for it, I use my Parallax Equestrian Shark Scoop or Shark Scoop, which is so useful because there's just so many different things that are great about this. But in this particular use, it's because it's got a flat bottom, so I can soak things directly in here, and it has the ridges along the side, so I can measure my feed as I go. So it's just really useful for that. So Candy has only just started going on to this, and she's been having half a scoop. So I'm going to gradually build her up to a full scoop. So I'm going to take a little bit of that out. And where are we? Perfect. So that is 1/3, so we need a half. So I'm actually making 3 feeds, and I'll explain why in a second. Perfect. So that is Candy's Soothe and Gain. I'm going to just pop out, add some water, and I'm going to leave it to soak. And while I'm doing that, I will do the rest of the feed. So now that that's all put to soak, I then get started on the rest of the feeds while I'm waiting for that. They both pretty much get the same thing at the moment. So they're both on half a scoop of the Ease and Excel by Bailey's. I'm starting on half for now just while they're getting used to it in their systems, but I aim to kind of up them up to both 3/4 scoop to 1 scoop potentially for Candy, just depending on how she goes because she's a bit bigger. They also get some supplements, and Marley literally just gets linseed, the same as Candy, and then Candy's got a few other things just because she's a little bit grumpy as a mare, so she's on a calming mix and taste-tree berry powder, which is just there for hormonal support. Once Marley's feed is done, I just stack them up and put them ready, and then I grab the Sooth and Gain for Candy and split what I've portioned out between her 3 feeds, which is what I'm doing here. I know I can measure it better, and normally I do have a separate scoop for each one, but today I was just in a bit of a rush, so I just measured it all out into 1 scoop. So it's not the most accurate way of doing it, so I would recommend having a separate scoop each. Once they're done, then I head over and I've actually put their evening feeds into their stables ready, because while I'm working, it's just make sure that it's all done basically, but I'll get into that later. So they both get an evening feed in, and then a treat bowl, which, as you saw me filling up earlier, just has some pony nuts and any extra treats that I think I might want to give them. Once they're done, then I just set up their feed ready for the next day, so whoever feeds in the morning has easy access to them and knows exactly where they are. And here I'm just reorganising them to make sure that the names are facing clearly out for whoever comes in and feeds in the morning. And that is their feeds made up, ready for the day. Now, as I mentioned, I have made 3 feeds. Obviously they only have 2 a day, so why have I made an extra one? It's more just to make sure I'm ahead, because I work on the yard as well. It is a lot to do, and if I'm starting early, then I haven't always got time in the mornings or in the day to make up a feed. So this means that I've got 1 extra already made up. So they've already got 1 in their stables, and then they'll have that one tomorrow morning, and then the bottom one I can just tip in when I muck out, just to make sure that the feeds are already ready in there for them. So it's actually just some means for me to make sure I'm ahead. So not everyone does it. I do like to make sure the feeds are as fresh as I can, so I make them ready to go in straight away, but obviously every now and then I have got to make an extra one in advance. But it just means that I'm a little bit ahead of the game. I really hope you enjoyed today's video and seeing what I feed my horses, a little more organisation behind the scenes. If you have, please like this video and subscribe, and I'll have some more videos coming out soon. So it's bye for now, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Smells so nice. I have to mix these because it's just what I do. I don't know why I don't mix them early. I hate not mixing my feeds. Whoa. Caramel.